So okay, cool. So let's get into that because I think we've just kind of touched on that a little bit. What is Sigma Carta?
SigmaCarta is a lifestyle system for men's personal, spiritual, and entrepreneurial development. It's part of my journey over the 30 years of running businesses, losing businesses, forming relationships, losing relationships, identifying spirituality, and that your inner fortitude can come from your own ancestors. And if I had only my fortitude, I'd be fine. So in understanding that, for men who are seeking sovereignty, the ability to exercise all of their inalienable rights in this time, we're told we can't do this, we can't say that. I know that with consistent self-improvement, you can say and do as you please. You just find a cute way of saying it that can't be argued with. You find a slick way of doing it that can't be argued with, and you won't even register on their level. Your spirit will circumvent them at all costs. You won't even be seen. You'll just be invisible. You won't matter unless you choose to pop up and make yourself a figurehead. But then you'll have all of the skills, all of the articulation, all of the spiritual protection that is required for you to operate at a particular level. So when I look at SigmaCarta, it's something that I would have liked to have given to my greatest mentor, who I never met, Malcolm X. You see, I'm 49. He was assassinated at 39. And having transversed some part of his journey in advocacy, understanding that people don't want a hero. You become despised, you're running around for people, you're not making the money you were making as an entrepreneur anymore. It causes problems in your house. The woman is complaining she's not getting your time. A system like that for Malcolm X, it wouldn't have been possible to assassinate him. Do you know why it was possible to assassinate him? He willed death. I have a very spiritual connection to Malcolm X. And at the time he was assassinated, he was mainly despised by people who were close to him, as much as he was loved by those who didn't know him. And I know when he go home, I have experienced some part thereof. Betty was killing him for the time he wasn't spending, for the money he wasn't making, for the family being reliant on the nation and then being out of the nation, you understand? And I watched the documentary on Netflix, and there's a picture. I can see he's completely by himself. He has no energy. He has no inclination to go forward. You know when a man can't see the actual destination, he desires it, but he can't see it, he can't comprehend it. And we all look into the abyss at some stage if you've really been by yourself and you have those dark thoughts about not being here. And that's why he was spiritually vulnerable enough for them to get him. Otherwise, he would have been protected. Like when the nation came to burn the house. He'd given up. You see, when the fight is in your house and the fight is outside of your house, it's too much. I could only overcome these things because I had the example of my brother, who was my mentor. So I understood. And the minute that I looked at that picture and I looked at him, I said, Malcolm is dead. What's next?